Hello, everyone, and welcome to another podcast presented by MS Consultants. My name is Jerry Miller, and today I will be talking to Jason Christoff, Senior Vice President at MS Consultants. Jason is a professional engineer and a 25-year veteran of the multi-unit retail space. He has worked with brands such as Walmart, Fifth Third Bank, Value City, Bob Evans, Pilot Flying J, Aldi, and PetSmart. Jason, thank you so much for meeting with us today.
Great to be here. Thanks.
Jason, as you know, the construction and design landscape is changing quickly. Brands are looking to expand faster, roll out products consistently across different markets, and do so with a stronger emphasis on customer experience. At the same time, it's hard to read a journal or turn on a business station and not hear about artificial intelligence and how rapidly that's progressing in our world today. Jason, maybe this is a good time to talk about technology and perhaps some innovation that you see in this particular market. What are some tools you're using to help your clients with efficiencies, but also to be effective and innovative in the way they're rolling out some of their programs?
Yeah, you're sure right. I think that people want to talk about AI all the time. It is the majority of every speaker at every conference that I've been to over the past at least 5 years. I think what it all boils down to is that AI has some risks, but it also has some opportunities. The way that we've been talking about AI more recently is, what are we worried about? The things that we're worried about in AI is that confidential data doesn't get released to the internet and create privacy concerns. What we're not worried about is that it's going to take all of our jobs, because the reality is the AI agents out there aren't that helpful when it comes to design work, but they're enormously helpful when it comes to the capabilities of some large language models like Copilot or ChatGPT to help us research, to help us gather data, to help us compose messages in more professional and efficient ways. That's really where the beauty of AI lives at MS Consultants today.
So when you think about using the tool from a design perspective, it sounds like it's really not quite there yet. From an efficiency standpoint, there's ways to use AI software to maybe get through a scope of work or to ensure that there's consistency or that there's things that have not been omitted from a set. But from a design standpoint, it's just not quite at that point yet.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think from a generative AI perspective, it's not going to help make our designs more effective and efficient, but it absolutely has a lot of opportunities. One example would be our client submits a new procedure or a new set of prototype documents. We can feed that information into our local private Copilot server, and it can help us compare what the differences are in that set versus the one that was maybe submitted last quarter or the quarter before that. It helps to inform our teams for what to look out for. It doesn't seem like a lot, but every time that you can save an hour, that's 1 hour less of time that our clients have to pay for. I think that over the course of years or even weeks, those sort of shared savings through those efficiencies are valuable to our clients and to MS consultants alike.
Jason, are you seeing any of your clients pushing AI or challenging you all to be more efficient with it? Or is it the reverse? Is it the architect of record holding the responsibility of going to the client and suggesting new technologies, whether they be AI or another type of resource that can help with efficiencies? Who do you see driving that conversation, or does it come from both sides?
I think it's a mixed bag. We have a couple of clients who are really exploring opportunities and avenues to increase their own internal efficiency. And we also have some clients that haven't mentioned it at all. And that's not a good or bad thing. Perhaps they're doing a lot within their organizations and they haven't shared to their architect partners like us. But as far as our approach at MS, it's a tool that's here to stay, and we're trying our best to use it in a responsible way to get those efficiencies out of our everyday life and create better products for our customers.
Jason, maybe one other question on the topic of AI that we see popping up quite a bit, and that's the whole issue of security. You mentioned Copilot, and there are tools out there now that companies can license, and there's firewalls that are put in place within a company. What's your perspective on security issues, and how are your clients expressing concerns around security when it comes to AI?
Yeah, at least in the architectural space, the biggest issue that I hear about the most is about intellectual property. While everything that we do is not proprietary, there are certain aspects of what we do that we wouldn't want our competition to know about. That's certainly true in the retail space, where some of our clients certainly have some things that they don't want exposed. We have non-disclosure agreements with most, if not all, of our repeat clients. And it's really important to use AI responsibly in ways that are not in the public domain to keep that information as secure as possible.
That's interesting. We see that really across the board, the security issue and just the concerns over things as simple as using Microsoft Teams and recording meetings being an issue for some clients as well. So that's definitely a topic. Well, Jason, thank you so much for your time today. Thank you for sharing your insights. As we look ahead, it's exciting to think about how these practices will continue to evolve, especially as new technologies and priorities emerge. Thank you again for your candor and for bringing such a forward-thinking mindset to the conversation.
Thank you. We'll talk again soon.